welcome to the 23 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. Today's day number 17. I'm excited because it's ML Day, Machine Learning Day. Prior to hanging out with my neighbor, there was a gap in what day 17 was. Why a gap? I only did day 0 and day 1. Everything else is open source. Day 16 was Sunday, which was the end cap for the unofficial closing party for South by Southwest. Day 17 is ML Day, which is today. What I worked on Sunday was pretty significant. This is what I worked on. Layer 1, Layer 2. Day 1, Day 2. Sticker 1, Sticker 2. Lecture 1, Lecture 2. All of the ones match up with all the other ones. What is 1? 1 is hacking and gamifying the calendar. Layer 2 is slap a stuffed animal on it and make it slay. Sticker 2, Lecture 2 is improving an existing 12 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. Slightly. Sticker 2 is improving the book Snowball. When we just focus on improving it slightly and not criticizing something, where we keep the focus on Sticker 2, Lecture 2, Layer 2 of venture capital, we then could resuscitate even a cadaver, something that's dead, like a dead business that we just make slightly better, potentially even slightly alive, before then later letting it die again. When we, instead of criticizing from the outside how bad a company is, such as there's a piece of trash in a parking lot, thinking this parking lot's kind of trashy. So long as we made it slightly better, we feel a lot more confidence. That's the inner game. That's Lecture 2. That's Sticker 2. This is how everybody else does it. Everybody else does it like this. Why did those people get venture capital? They look like idiots, and they wasted their money. Instead, with the people who got rich with venture capital and now are floundering because they're trying to use money to make money, you can help them out by realizing the truth that we share here. It doesn't take money to make money. Now we make something else better that we financially don't know if we benefit from putting in that work. This is why almost no people do this joke franchise. Chapter 69, Snowball. Adding a page to Atomic Habits, page 57, James Clear. Reading 4 Steps to the Epiphany because our class assigned us to do this reading. Reading all the material before class, hoping to improve Steve Blank's book, The Fifth Epiphany, written over at HBS, my article. Because what you intrinsically want to do is kind of do less work. And that's okay, but not when it comes to entrepreneurship, not when it comes to the 23 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. This is the meat of it. Good job paying attention because some of the stuff is different. This is the meat. Good job being here. I'll give you this and then you can go on with your lives. Here's the meat. 2025 this year is hashtag 23 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. That's this year. The title of this video. 2026, next year, is 22 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. That's next year. When you can discern this, decide and disseminate the difference between those 2 years, you'll be able to see clearly how day number 7 of the 23 days of OpenAI connect to day 6 to day 9 and day -2 to day 1 of the 22 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. This is why March 1 is a Sunday, 2026. March 1 is a Sunday. So February 26, 27, 28, February 28 is a Saturday. That's going to be a 4-day conference before South by starts. Why is that significant? Because you get to front run what I see as a problem. And that's sticker 1. That's lecture 1 is looking at the calendar for this year to predict the same thing that happens next year while solving problems, while risking zero money. Cool, right? Now you can just relax and hang out, because on day 17, you can connect day 17 of the 23 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest to day number 17 of the 23 days of OpenAI at ACL. So now you're connecting South by Southwest to ACL, Austin City Limits, because day 17 is a Friday. Technically, it would be weekend 3 of ACL, but there is no weekend 3. And that's what ML is weekend 3 of ACL, where you get the ball rolling on your own franchise. Do you see how sticker 1 is the calendar? Sticker 2 is editing and making it better. So that's venture capital in a nutshell. Am I using day number 13, 23 days of OpenAI South by Southwest? Oh yeah, this is day 13. Layer 0, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. Layer 0 is LinkedIn. Layer 1 is the calendar for Cambria. It's a hotel that's kind of below average, hosting a conference takeover. Is this what HubSpot did at the Fairmont? Yes, it did. We're still on calendar. Now, calendar transitions to editing South by, editing OpenAI, editing the 12 days of OpenAI. 12 days of OpenAI was held officially were held officially in December. And when it was held in December, nobody paid any attention because it kind of wasn't any good. Day 1, kind of messed up. How do you benefit? You benefit from knowing that in 2026, for ACL, that's next year, In 2026, it's the 22 days of OpenAI at ACL. And now you can plod forward and just do day 0 and day 1. Or just do day 0. Or just pick one day. The trick is to not pick 12 days where you're haphazard and now you're pressured because you've never done this before. I've done this before and I only picked day 0 and day 1. Day 0, Lizzie Benson. It's an AI agent created by hot girl entrepreneurship club future billionaire Sarah Loretta. She created an AI agent named Lizzie Benson. 7 days later, 13 days later, 1 day later, I created Lizzie Benson. What if Lizzie Benson were a VC? Lizzie Benson, remember, is the AI agent that Sarah Loretta created. Because what they don't teach you at Y Combinator, they do teach you at the Sarah Loretta YouTube content creator meetup at Radio, which is to create a Lizzie Benson. Why? What problem did Lizzie Benson solve? Collecting on invoices that were unpaid. That's what Lizzie Benson's job was, is to be an AI agent, being an email creator. Hey, you owe me money. That's Lizzie Benson. And then I thought, hey, you can borrow against that money if Lizzie Benson were connected to a financial services API that did credit underwriting. And then I thought, you can actually have Lizzie Benson do venture capital work where all 3 VCs, Ed Chen, Bruce Wang, Leslie Cheng, all three VCs do one protocol. Non-employee co-founder. Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club, super useful, right? Let me repeat, it's Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club and it's non-employee co-founder. That's what they don't teach you at YC. This video is rocking. Wow. So on day 17, I'm helping a neighbor do a job because just languished and forgot to hustle up for a job, and now the lease is up. So do you want to live at home with your parents? Do you want to just make $800 doing day 17, 23 days of OpenAI? This is how we're going to do it. You can steal our idea. Well, let's go. Day 17 connects to day 17 of ACL. Why? Because we're just picking a day and we're keeping it the same. So we're going South by to ACL. Before day 23, which is next week, this week, we are going to pay for a return to South by Southwest. Remember, neighbor in Austin is going to move to Seattle on like the 27th or something. Now we're going to, on day 17, pay for a badge for South by Southwest 2026. This is how. So when you're an ML engineer and companies collect cell phone numbers for registration, all we're going to do is determine if that customer was giving you a bogus cell phone number or a real cell phone number. This is how we're going to tell. We're running API. Is this phone number a Google Voice number? Boom! Because guess what? A lot of fraud happens on a Google Voice number. And this is the methodology for the 23 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest for day number 17 of the 23 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest, how day 17 connects to day 17 of 23 days of OpenAI at ACL, while getting a return on investment for 2026 South by. Remember, right now is 2025. So we're going to win at entrepreneurship by becoming cash flow positive. This is how. Machine learning. Companies, they collect cell phone numbers, and sometimes those cell phone numbers are bogus. How do we, as a company or individual, run an API to tell companies, hey, this cell phone number sucks? Enter your product. It's called, comma, quote, is this phone number a Google Voice number? End quote. If they're giving you a Google Voice number, she's not that into you. If your client is giving you a Google Voice number, they're trying to ditch and dip and Irish goodbye you financially. That's why, what's your product called? Is this phone number a Google Voice number? You charge $20 per API call, and you machine learning that up. That's why they don't teach you a Y Combinator. Now you can just relax, make $800 doing hashtag EUTWNPPM. This stuff is so easy. This stuff is so easy. This stuff is so easy because you have to make dollar number 20. And nobody wants to. Everybody wants to make 3 million. And they don't even know what a million is. Like, if a million seconds, what is that? I asked somebody and they're like, how long is a million seconds? And they're like, 3 years. I'm like, well, how long is a billion seconds then? Oh, well, 6 years. What? Whoa. It's 1,000 times bigger, so it'd be 3,000 years if you thought a million was 3 years. No, a million, if you picked up $1 per second, how many seconds would it take for you to pick up $1 million? How long is a million seconds? It's 11.7 days. Super short. Like, a million is super close. A billion seconds, that's not 11.7 days. A billion seconds is 32.7 years. That's why they don't teach you a Y Combinator. A million, half step away. It's 11 days away. Oh, day 11.7. My God. These videos just write themselves. What do you guys want to talk about next? Are you guys getting value out of this video? Have you met me before? I'm Larry. How are you? Do you guys have any questions? Good morning. I'm doing the 23 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. And today is day 17. And to kind of introduce you to this, I can summarize it to be this. We coordinate day number 17 towards day number 0 and 1 and 23. So day 23 is the last day, which is 17 of 23. The problem that we're solving is that OpenAI, the corporation, they did 12 days of OpenAI in December. Problem: the 12 days of OpenAI in December wasn't super popular. Solution: don't run it in December, run it in March at a music festival. That's what I'm doing unofficially, but then it officially became amazing because I did it in a thing called Music Festival South by Southwest, which is then rebranded to be the 23 days of OpenAI at South by Southwest. That's it. It's just sticker 2, which is editing somebody else's thing and becoming richer by helping them become richer. Even though at first you kind of don't see, how's this thing going to make me money? Well, that's why if you can make humor and be useful to other people, the money just flows to us. This is actually what they do teach you at YC, but they don't teach it as simply as the way that I'm practicing it. Because the practice of making money via a joke franchise isn't taught. Joke franchise, chapter 69, Snowball. Joke franchise, which is haha, but it's actually impactful and real, and it's complex humor. That's what they don't teach at YC, which is doing a joke franchise, 23 days of OpenAI, South by Southwest, and using day 17, 2025, to pay for South by Southwest 2026. That's South by South SARS. That's South by South SARS. The jokes, folks, the jokes. They keep flowing. Why? It's because life is funny, and why not laugh a little bit? Jokes. Jokes get you in a flow state. All my jokes, 100% real. You guys, it's been terrific to hang out with you. If you have questions, go ahead and text me, 650-283-8008. And since 100% of my viewers are not subscribers, that's okay.